Greetings, everyone. Rod here. I hope this finds you and your family safe. I know it's not easy balancing work and everything else around you right now, but just know that our thoughts and prayers are with you every day, and we'll make it through this thing. So welcome to Trouble Call Thursday. I have a couple of key things I want to talk about today that tie into what we talked about at our live office hours last Friday. Our live office hours focused on how to communicate with customers this time of year. Various ways that you can use your phone, video conferencing, those kinds of things. But I did not talk about two key areas that you want to cover with customers that are important to him all year long, but especially right now. The first key area I'd like you to talk about with growers and make sure they understand is something called reassurance. If I asked you a question like, what do you think is the greatest value you bring to your customers? What would you say? Would you say your number one job with customers is to be a problem solver? Most of you wouldn't say that, would you? But that's what your job is. Your job is to help customers, help your growers solve their problems. Now, how confident are you in your ability to do that? You work in agriculture. You spend a lot of time working by yourself. And I know that you can figure out almost any situation you need to because you've been working by yourself a lot. So you are a problem solver. But not everyone can be as confident as you or have the ability you have to be a problem solver. Not everyone has the vision you may have to look at the future and see something bright at the end of the tunnel. What farmers need more than anything right now is to someone who has a leadership concept that says, no, let's look to the future. Let's look down the road. You know, it's kind of amazing. I get calls every week from sales reps who have questions about how to handle this or how to handle that. And one of the conversations I had with a rep this morning was, he said, it's amazing that when the price of corn is high, farmers seem to focus on raising yields. When the price of corn is really low, they focus on cutting costs. Why is that, and how do you change that? Well, you change that by being a problem solver. And what I told him was, when they focus on raising yields because the price of corn is high, they don't think there's any big risk if they don't get there. But when the price of corn is low, for example, or commodity prices are low, he doesn't know how he can raise yields. He doesn't have the solution to that. So you need to be the problem solver. And what is the solution to helping the farmer raise his yields on his farm? It's go directly not to yield, but to bushels per thousand plants. That's an example of being a problem solver. Focus on bushels per thousand. Now he has a process on how to raise yields, but most farmers don't know how to do it by themselves. All right? The second area I want you to talk with customers about is the calendar. The calendar is the plan. There's an old saying that it only takes one person to step up and change the thinking of a group. It only takes one confident person to get a group to follow them. All that one person needs is a plan and a direction where they want to go. And most of that crowd has no plan, so they're going to follow that leader. The calendar is the plan. As you know, most people don't have that plan put into a calendar. Now, I know a lot of you probably have a calendar, and you follow a calendar. But what's in the calendar? Is it simply the name of the grower when you're going to see him, or maybe it's the time of the year when you're going to go out and visit his planter, something really broad? Or is it really now specific this time of year? What is it you need to be talking with your customers about, and when do you need to be talking about them with that topic? Your calendar is your plan. This is a time to make the calendar more specific than you've ever made it before. Is your calendar in your head? Is it in your computer? Is it on the wall in your office? Where's your calendar? Make the calendar your plan. So become the problem solver to reassure the customer that he can follow you where he needs to go, and put the plan into the calendar so he can follow your calendar to get where he wants to go. Two of these steps that solve some problems on Trouble Call Thursday. Happy selling. Stay safe. I'm Rod Ostis.